out to the adult gods. Same thing. You got a goddess. She, whether it's your wife, your mistress, nigga, whatever you want to call her, your side chick, your girlfriend, your baby mama. If y'all live in a house together where it's your house, or whether you live with her, because you got both ways. You got gods that got their own house and they vibing high, and they got negative goddesses living with them. You get what I'm saying? Or you got it go the other way. You got other guys that's vibing high and they don't have their own house. They live with her. That's her house. But they still go to work and help with the bills, or they go hustle and still help with the bills. They still, yeah, she got the house, but they help them with the bread. You know what I'm saying? And other guys, they ain't helping with the bread, but right now, because they don't have the bread right now, but they might do more helping around the house. They cooking more, they cleaning more. You know, you can always balance out the energy. You know what I'm saying? Balance out. It's a way you can balance. You know, you got that. Okay, I'm talking to you right now. If you're vibing high, you trying to eat clean, for example, but all she want to do is steady cook all this bullshit. You might not even know how to cook. There's a lot of guys who know how to cook, and the guy doesn't know how to cook, but he got a high vibration, and he trying to eat clean. He trying to work on himself. He trying to lose some weight or whatever. You trying to pull you like, you know what, I want to lose some weight, slim down, tone up, do this. You know what I'm saying? Get my breathing back right. I'm working on eating my fruit. I'm meditating. You know, because once you start going within yourself, it's gonna point you to what you need to be doing down here, and what you need to be doing gonna bring. You never gotta worry about money and chase it. If you do what you here to do, what you do is gonna be so great. It's gonna bring people gonna pay you for what you when you do what you here to do. People gonna pay you for that regardless, because that's called natural universal compensation. You are supposed to be compensated in some way or fashion anyway for what it is that you do. All right. So being in the past, it used to be we'd give each other forms of energy. You know what I'm saying? Then when we fell in frequency, we would trade with each other and give each other horses and land. And then now it's money. We give each other money. You know what I'm saying? So it's always been some form of trading of energy for compensation for what you do. Even if it wasn't nothing more than somebody praising you and saying, hey, good job. You need that. That's energy. When somebody tell you something good, you feel good. If they tell you something bad, you feel low. So you can never downplay the energy, the power of just good words. It feel better than $1 million or just as good as it. As far as in the feeling, you know, especially when somebody mean it, you know when they mean it, you can feel it because you got hairs that stand up. They stand up. These are your antenna on your skin. Your hairs are antenna. So that's why you can feel shit. You couldn't feel the AC, the heat, the rays, the energy from the sun if you didn't have antenna on your skin. That allows your soul to feel it. Wow, yeah, it's hot out here. I like that. You know what I'm saying? That's what the hairs is on your skin. Is for all the hairs on you. That's they for. Antenna. The ones up top, antenna as well. So, if you living with her, or she's living with you, or you living with them, or they living with you, because you can have family living with you, you can be living with family. I would start with saying, get you a man cave. They call it a man cave. I call it a God cave. Go get you a little spot where you can just dip off to yourself in that house. You know, because you don't have your own house, so you can't just go pop up or in the house. And even if you got your own house, if you live with others, it still ain't your house. It's y'all house. Okay, so it'll never be your house unless you just live alone. But we not talk about people that live alone, because if you live alone right now, then you ain't got to really worry about how to raise the frequency in the negative house, because it shouldn't be negative. If it's negative, it's all your ass. You the only motherfucker in there. Man. You know what I'm saying? So it should be no energy effect. Or your energy, the only energy that matters, you the only one in there. But when it's other energies, all the other energies is going to affect the room. Okay, so if you living with others, or others are living with you, you know, start by like being a god. You know, we are leaders. We different than goddesses. So we are natural born leaders, because we were created to do that since our inception in the cosmos. So it's imperative. You need that little space where you can just be alone in. You know what I'm saying? So get you, like I said, they like to call it a man cave, or I'm going to rename it and call it a God cave, because we not man. We know that. So, being a God, you want to have a little seclusion spot where you can just get to yourself, and, and from there, now you build. You be still, and you a leader. So you're different than a goddess, whereas a goddess, it isn't her natural role to just flat out lead, because in the beginning it was just her. So she had no reason to lead. She just multiplied herself, and it was. But when she created us, it was like she gave us the leadership spot. So a goddess has never been in a position of leadership until after they reversed the roles. And now our goddesses have had to step up and be dad and mom, which has fucked them up, and the kids up, and the dads up. Okay? You know what I'm saying? A god can't be a mother, and a goddess can never be a father. All right? That's why I would never tell a mother Happy Father's Day. And I would never tell a father Happy Mother's Day. I don't give a fuck how good you is to them kids. You can't be mom. You pops. You pops, nigga. You pops, nigga. You can't nurture, nigga. I don't give a fuck, nigga, how gentle you be. You will never have that estrogen energy. You will never have a touch of a mother's touch. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with mom. No matter how stern she be on them sons, and no matter how, you will never be father. You can work hard. You can be there for him. Nobody's taking that from you. But you can never be a father. You shouldn't try to be. Don't try to be. That ain't your role. If his father ain't there, he need to know his father ain't there. You know what I'm saying? And he will respect you more for being mom, for just being mom. You still get all the kudos for just being mom. You know what I'm saying? It don't diminish it. You ain't gotta be feeling like you pops because you doing shit that the pop's supposed to be doing. You can sit in the barbershop all day with your son. That ain't, you would never be pops. Because when you in the barbershop, it ain't even gonna be the same vibe. Them barbers ain't gonna vibe with you like they would vibe with his dad. Because they gods and you still a goddess. Alright? You can take your daughter, same thing with the guy. You take your daughter to the beauty shop every Saturday, nigga, at 1. And give her ice cream afterwards, nigga, and you will never be mom. Them goddesses, when you walk in there, ain't gonna... Nigga, you the ops, nigga. They ain't finna talk about none of this shit they would have talked about if your ass wasn't sitting in there with their ass. You see what I'm saying? All type of conversations that got cut short because you didn't came in with your daughters at the nail shop, nigga. You don't even know it. You thinking this the normal flow, nigga. They be way more active than this. You come in as quiet than a motherfucker, nigga. They be talking like a motherfucker when they even your ass in there, nigga. You get what I'm saying? So... You feel me? Like, for real. Nigga, the nail smell don't even smell right to you. Your eyebrows looking weird at the smell of that. The other goddesses in there like, yep, he ain't one of us. We have an imposter in here. So, understand, God, you a leader. You have testosterone. You don't have estrogen in your avatar. So, don't move with emotion. You know what I'm saying? It gets frustrating trying to lead the troops and rally the whole household to understand that everybody got to rise. Because if you living with family members or they living with you, whether you living with your dad and your cousins, and you still a leader. Even if it's other gods in the house, you still a natural born leader. That's why too many gods don't be living in the house together. They gonna bump heads. It's the same thing with too many goddesses. Like, you got a god and goddess, that's the balance. You know what I'm saying? So, you find that God cave first, and go deep within yourself. Move with no emotion. Remember you a leader. Remember that everything comes to you. Remember that you are the genie, so the way that you completely wanted to be able to go there. So everything is a thought. Let's never forget the power of thought. But also, when you're dealing with other souls and spirits, let's not forget the rules. You can use your energy as a god or goddess to force somebody to think your way or see it your way, but never do that though. Now, you can debate, but you ain't forcing nobody to debate. They still gotta actually choose. The forcing is to make them if you don't put some sort of fear there behind them not believing you. You know what I'm saying? You don't do that. You know what I'm saying? You get them the chance. You get them the chance to rise. You give them the chance to rise. You give them the chance to rise. And you do that by, being more authoritative, which you are able to do. You can be more authoritative. So you be more authoritative. You be more vocal in the house. about, you know, because if you care about your family, you care about the people in the house with you, you should want their frequency high anyway, along with yours. You know, this isn't about who raised their frequency first, because if you think it like that, that's a low frequency. This is about us all coming up. If I thought like that, well, I wouldn't be talking to y'all. I'd be keeping everything in my up. I know what's going on. And you got people out here like that. I'm not the only one to know what's going on, y'all. You know how many people know what's going on and they just don't have a YouTube channel, don't have a website, don't go live, don't get on social media. It's more than you would think. You still got a whole generation out here that's way before the internet, so they don't fuck with the internet still. They off the grid. It's a whole generation out here like that. So, you know, remember that. And as a God, you know, examples of a negative house would be like if you living with your goddess and she's talking down on you, telling you ain't shit, you ain't this, what you ain't gonna be. That's an abusive relationship. That's a verbal abuse. And she's pouring low frequency on you. Or if you living with your mom and she's saying, you just like your daddy, and this and that. Some moms like that, talk shit to their sons like that, and that's still low frequency. Give a fuck who it's coming from. That's low frequency. That's fucking up your chi. You know what I'm saying? It's fucking up your life force, lowering your frequency, and now you stay in a rut, and now you can't manifest. See, a lot of people want to be successful, but the only reason they want to be successful is because it's a high vibration. All right. Why is it considered a high vibration? Because they make money, everything here in this realm. So now if you got a good job and you know, why do people really want to graduate high school? So that they can go to a good college. Let's just be real. Now, why do they want to go to a good college? So that they can get a good job, make a lot of money. Okay, why do they want to make a lot of money? So they can drive nice cars, get a nice big house. And if you a guy, you want to get you a nice, beautiful goddess. If you a goddess, you want you a nice, handsome husband. So in essence, everybody doing this shit for money. Give a fuck who you is. At the end of the day, if you go to work, you don't go to work because you love it. When I get on here and talk, this is what I love. This ain't work for me. The only work is organizing the goddamn lectures. The work for me now is getting all these packages out and having to respond to gods and goddesses every day, letting them know like, hey, your tracking number should be coming, your package on the way. You get what I'm saying? Because people that's been waiting for their stuff because there's so many people order. Like, and you got a lot of gods and goddesses, like I said, that already got their stuff. But overall, that's the work. That would be the work for me. That's new to me. But sitting here talking to y'all, I'll care about my people. I'm passionate about this. I mean this. I'm not fucking around. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all see me here every day. You feel me? It was finna blitz YouTube every day. And then YouTube had blocked me. So it's like, y'all feel me? Most individuals are doing what they do for money, which is low frequency. So most people is chasing that success, which is, once again, backed by some form of financial stability. No matter how you word this shit, is all money. Okay? So, but that's just a thought. That's a vibration. And you have to clear out negative energy. Like, you can't be negative and reach any form of what you would call success, because that's on a certain energy, on a certain frequency. It's just like TV. Like, you with me, guy? Like, if I want to watch ESPN, I can't have the TV on BET. I can have the channel on CBS. I can have the channel on ABC. But I want to watch Stephen A. Smith on ESPN. And then now I'm wondering why I ain't got Stephen A. Smith. This is how most gods and goddesses be when they like why they ain't got success, or why they don't have the financial be where they want to be financially. But it's because they are filled with the negative, and they didn't cloud the negative energy waves. They are on a low frequency. You have to match the frequency of what it is that you want, and that's how you get it to come to you. You don't get it to come to you by working harder for it. It's still a never come to you because you're chasing it. You get what I'm saying? You get it by being still and doing exactly what you was put here to do, and everything that you think is success is going to come to you. That's all high frequency, right? So, okay, when you in that household, everybody around you got to be on that high frequency. You can't be on a high frequency trying to achieve something great, God, and then you living with her or them, or they living with you, or she's living with you, and they not matching that frequency. They going to slow down your success and where you trying to get to. Everybody in the house has to be on that high frequency. That's why you ain't got your money up where you want it. You ain't started that company you want to start it. You didn't get that job you wanted. You ain't able to get that goddess you want to attract, that good goddess. You were around negative motherfuckers. So you got to raise their frequency. Because while you in here listening to me, you working with crystals, you definitely want to work with the crystals. Drape yourself in this intent. I don't just wear this to wear this. Drape yourself in this intent. 3, get your crystals. Do that too, God. You being a God with that masculine energy, that being that Y chromosome, 9th the being that you are. You are a natural commander. Command your intent get you a few crystals and command your intent to them. If you need patience, command that intent into your crystals. And don't trip. It's lessons coming up on crystals on this website. Don't even worry about it. But I'll talk about the 3 C's and them with the cleansing your crystal, consecrating it, and then charging it up. So you being a leader, you have to lead. You have to be forceful with the message. And if they don't want to listen, you got to get them from around you, because that's how you're going to raise the frequency higher in your house. God, by getting them from around you, your frequency is going to go higher. Or if you living with them, you're going to have to move out. It ain't going to be a step back, trust me. Because if their frequency is low and your frequency high, your frequency so high that the universe is going to send you in the right direction. Trust the universe. Trust your soul. Trust the process. You're going to have to remove yourself out that environment, though. It's a negative environment. It's a low frequency environment. Because, listen, you can burn candles. You can write down magical spells, which is forms of voodoo, hoodoo. You can write down magical spells, incantations, all this. But that might not even take place or manifest just because you're surrounding yourself with a household full of low vibrational beings. And you can't force them to wake up. So the only way you can do it is by, I told you how to be forceful with it. Meditate in front of them. Talk to them about meditation. Talk to them about the awakening and what's going on within themselves. Show them, actually show them pictures. A lot of people gonna need to see it. Show them. You can post some little stuff up from Google. That's enough pictures to get their mind going. And then some individuals, guess what? You can show them anything you want to show them, and they still ain't gonna believe you because it's not meant for them to rise in frequency. You gotta know the difference, God. You a leader. Y chromosome, 90th being. But definitely, start getting more crystals in your house, though, God. And goddess, too. More crystals, certain crystals. Like rose quartz crystals. Rose quartz crystals is good for the love vibration and bringing family together because of the high frequencies of the high hertz. All right? The love vibration. The rose quartz emits the love vibration. Program your intent into that crystal and charge it up, and you, especially you start getting enough of them. You can have just a little room and leave your door open. Start leaving your door open. Start writing your spells down for that house as well to fight against those spirits in the house. You can do that as well. But you want to do that based upon the flow of the energy. See what I'm saying? You don't want to enter into a battle fight with spirits in that house, and you might be against some shit stronger than yourself right now. Because it's levels. You got too many. You got to know when to just, I don't have to get them out of my house or move away from this house. Period. You gotta know the difference. Know, and timing is everything. Timing is everything. But of course, you introduce them to that knowledge of self. You definitely introduce them to knowledge of self. You definitely do that. All right, yeah, we back. All right, so you're going to have to completely remove yourself from that energy. Still talking to the guys right now. When you talk about, because like I say, the house itself is the negative. It's the energy, the spiritual forces in the house. That's what you are up against. Negative entities want to keep that frequency as low as possible so they can bask in it. That's what they strong at. When the frequency high, they can't live in a high frequency. So it's no way for you to raise that frequency in the house to the highest level and everybody in the house stay vibrating low. No, when you raise the frequency, everybody in the house got to come up on that frequency. Right? So, a lot of gods, this is why I say being a natural leader, going deep within yourself is setting that tone within yourself, because what you do on the inside affects the outside anyway. So you can go deep within yourself and change the outside of what you see in front of you. Remember, matter is just a bunch of atoms clustered together, vibrating real slow. But when you're raising a frequency that way, you're going to enter a spiritual battle, because now you're playing with magic. That's magic at that point. Like, okay, I'm going to go within myself and I'm going to just set it the way I want it to be. Okay, but now these negative forces are going to go within themselves and set it the way they want it to be. Now you got to go back within yourself and set it the way you want it to be, and it becomes a battle that can drain you from a third density level. If you're not a practitioner of this and haven't been a practitioner of it for a long period of time. So you don't want to take that route. That's why I say the best route to take is to remove them out your household, like I told the goddesses, or you remove yourself from that household. That's if the first steps don't work of you actually trying to meditate around them. bringing the information to them. Getting a lot of crystals. Certain crystals, like I say specifically, rose quartz. So you can play singing bowls in that house. Singing bowls are definitely, y'all love when I play the singing bowls. Y'all be feeling it on that end. Singing bowls gonna always raise the frequency in that house. But guess what? If you play that singing bowl, yeah, you're gonna start raising the frequency. But guess what? If they vibrating low, they gonna say, I don't wanna hear that singing bowl. It ain't gonna feel good to them like it feel to you. Y'all on two different frequencies. To my young goddesses who are living with moms and living with dad and living with a family, or you don't even have to be young. You just living with your family. You in that household. You living with somebody, or they living with you. This is to the gods, goddesses. It's hard to raise that frequency for a lot of individuals because they do not want to take the necessary steps required. We talking about a house. Motherfuckers live together in this apartment or in this house. So when you live together, y'all family. Whether y'all blood or not. Living together then makes you family. When y'all gotta live together, family vibes. Even down to jail. Nigga, you see a nigga you was locked up with, it be damn near like a family vibe because y'all live together in jail. Remembering who you are, being that you are 666, and remembering that all spirits and souls have free will is the best way to raise the frequency in the negative house. Do what make you smile. Do what make you happy. Follow your soul mission. And try to bring them with you in that house. But if they try to step in your way, you stand on them. Because if they are not rising with you, they can only pull you down. You can't even raise the frequency if you don't know it needs to be raised neither. Be aware of your environment. Watch the way your kids respond to you, your wife responds to you, your husband responds to you, your girlfriend, your family, whoever in this house. Pay attention to the energies. Pay attention to everybody's lifestyle. It matters. And remember to protect your energy regardless. Remember I taught y'all, what you focus on, you give your energy to. Your life force too. Some of us have the gift of persuasion. So some of y'all can raise the frequency of your household. It's not gonna be hard. But for others it'll be a little harder because you have a different gift. And it's not persuasion. That's a spiritual battle. Some of y'all try to focus on the lectures and y'all probably can't even listen because y'all in negative environments. Everybody around you affect your energy. That's the best way to raise the frequency, is to remember that. Everything around you emits a frequency. From the beings in your house down to the objects in your house. Everything is alive, down to the lighters in your house. Everything has to be on a high frequency. My bad, y'all. But yeah, everything has to be on a high frequency. And remember, a house is a prism shape. It's constricted. So the energy is going to only circulate. Energy's not going to go out. Energy can come in, but it'll never go out. Unless you clear it. That's the thing about a house. Because it's a prism shape. Energy will come in, but it won't go out unless you clear it out. But you can clear out the energy in your house, and if that person who has the negative spirits within them is still living in your house, that energy will come right back. So it's going to always come down to the spirit and soul who's harboring these other negative entities within themselves in your house. You got to know when to hold and when to fold, and remember your soul contract. Because the true mission is to keep your frequency at the highest state. You can't be great or the best version of yourself when you're in an environment where others don't feel like that. With that being said, I will see y'all tomorrow in class. Peace to the guys and goddesses of the planet Kai.